Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm Susan Phelps, your local host in Sarasota, Florida. And today I'm at Margie's Market in Newtown. The concept developed by All Faiths Food Bank and partnering with Goodwill provides a no-cost shopping experience rather than just a handout. I have the pleasure of introducing to you Carissa Russa and Lindsay Trammell, who are the key people that make Margie's Market work as well as it does. Can one of you tell me what happens when a resident walks in? Where do you start?
So we like to call the people who utilize our services neighbors. At its core, the market is very relational, it's very friendly, it's very welcoming. When people arrive, they are greeted by a volunteer. If they have never received food from All Faiths Food Bank before, we will set up an account for them on the spot. It takes less than 5 minutes. We just ask them some very basic questions. Nobody is turned away. Nobody has to be concerned whether or not they qualify. We have food available for everyone. From that point where they're registered, they are welcomed onto the market floor, which is set up just like a grocery store. So it's a very familiar experience for most people, and we like to think of it like a small neighborhood market, kind of like a farmer's market sort of vibe as people come onto the floor.
Carissa, tell us what the major difference is between the typical food bank outlet and Margie's Market.
The big difference between this model and our traditional models is that it is choice-based. So families can come into the market, they can grab their shopping cart, and they can choose what works best for their families, because not everyone has the same access to ovens, stoves, microwaves, things like that. So it's really important that we're able to get people food that they're able to prepare and use for their families. And so in this model, folks can choose what it is that's going to best serve their family. But on top of it, this is really a space that the community really asked us that they would love something that is an experience rather than a transaction. It's a space where they feel seen, where they feel heard, where they feel like they have a sense of community, which is really important because a lot of folks that come through these doors, we might be interacting with them on some of the hardest moments and some of the hardest days of their lives. And so for them to be able to walk into a space where they feel seen is really important.
Tell me about the role that Newtown neighbors play directly in the market.
Every single employee that's in this space is very closely tied to the community, and we have seen that that makes a big difference because folks feel represented, folks feel seen, they feel heard, and it helps cultivate that safe space that we've talked about. It's, I think, the key factor when they walk into a space that's new to them, and potentially walking through an experience that's new to them as well. When you see a familiar face, it completely allows folks to let their guard down and just really feel safe and at ease to explore something new to them.
People ask me, why are you doing a segment on All Faiths Food Bank? That has nothing to do with real estate. And I say, when I sell a house to someone in our area, they're not just buying a house, they're buying into our community. And American Dream TV has given me a great opportunity to share some of the best things about living in Sarasota and Manatee counties.
We've moved over from Margie's Market to the warehouse at the main campus for All Faiths Food Bank. And I'm joined by Nell Miller, who is the CEO and president of All Faiths Food Bank. I know that Margie's Market would never have happened without the generosity of the donors of All Faiths Food Bank. And that is always a growing concern.
Well, our whole business here is supported by the generosity of both retail donors of all this food that you see, as well as the funding that goes into programs like Margie's Market. It's 100% funded by philanthropy. We got a very generous donation and grant from the Barancic Foundation, and then we had several donors who were really attracted to doing something in such an underserved part of our community. They felt very committed and responsible for it. So as we move forward, they have commitments to continue funding. We're still always looking for funding, and we can't do it without philanthropy, but the donors in this community are unbelievable.
From everything that I've seen and from everybody that I've met with this organization, they're so caring, so passionate.
It's amazing. We have an incredible group of team members who work here. We have an incredible group of volunteers. Our donors are bar none. Our board is amazing. It all comes together to make us stronger and to allow us to meet people where they are and to give them what they really truly believe they need. It's not about us telling people what they need. It's about people telling us how we can help.
And so far, I think it's working. And I think it will continue to work. Thank you, Nell, for being here.
Thank you. It's such an honor.
Margie's Market shows us how the American dream is woven into how we lift each other up. When communities listen, organizations innovate, and philanthropists step up, real change happens. I'm Susan Phelps, and this is the American dream.